Buckle up, because this deep dive takes us to the outer limits of online music fandom.
Oh, that sounds intriguing. Should I be nervous?
Well, today we are hanging out with Roger Gonzo. Have you heard of him?
I can't say that I have.
Get this. It's a music blog, or at least we think that's what it is. It's like a record store exploded and someone invented a time machine just to launch it all into cyberspace.
Okay, now I'm really curious. What kind of time machine are we talking about?
Well, for one thing, Gonzo seems to think it's already September 24th, 2024. So a year in the future, I guess.
Wow, a music blogger and a time traveler. What else can you tell us about this Roger Gonzo?
Let's just say bold text is his love language. He's got random tangents about breakfast, his record player, you name it.
Okay, so a little all over the place. Got it.
Sure.
But what about the music? What kind of tunes are we talking about here?
So that's the thing. He's got this section, all in caps naturally, called the Checkout Zone. And this week it's a song called Anxiety by, Jim Pohlson. Does that ring a bell?
Not quite. But I'm always up for discovering something new. Why don't you enlighten us about this Anxiety track? What's got Gonzo so hooked?
Well, let me just quote him here. He says, Pohlson has this knack for getting you in the shoes of the people he's singing about.
Okay, so far so good. I like a songwriter who can tell a story.
Right. And Gonzo says you can just feel that anxiety in the music and the vocals.
You know, he's making me think about what draws us to certain songs. It's more than just the notes, isn't it? It's the whole experience.
And the emotion, right. Gonzo even calls it a 10 out of 10.
He sounds like a passionate guy. It's a good reminder that what really resonates with us musically is often deeply personal.
Absolutely. And it gets me thinking, could you analyze someone's personality based on their taste in music? Like, does Gonzo's love for this, well, intense-sounding song tell us something about him?
That's a great question. You know, there's a surprising amount of research on the psychology of music preference.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
Well, while we can't exactly psychoanalyze anyone based on their playlists, studies have found some pretty interesting correlations. Like, for example, people who enjoy intense emotional music often score high on empathy.
Wow, so maybe we are getting a glimpse into this guy's inner world after all. And we're just getting started. And get this blog post is like a whirlwind tour of Gonzo's brain.
Oh, I am so ready for this.
1 minute he's geeking out about this anxiety song.
Right.
And the next, bam, he's onto a vinyl blast.
Wait, hold on. Tell me he reviewed Anxiety on vinyl.
Oh man, that would be perfect.
Right.
Sadly, no.
Oh.
But he is spinning some band I've never heard of called, get this, Huck 2.
Huck 2? Okay.
And let me tell you, this guy, he is not just listening to vinyl.
Uh-huh.
He is feeling the ritual of it all.
Interesting.
He even calls it, like, tactile.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? Given what we were just saying about openness to experience.
Right, yeah.
There's a certain intentionality to choosing vinyl these days, wouldn't you say?
100%.
In the age of streaming and digital, everything.
It's like this guy Gonzo.
Yeah.
He's not just listening to music.
Yeah.
He's having this whole experience.
I love that. I love that.
Okay, are you ready for this?
I think so, yeah. Hit me.
So, it's breakfast time at Gonzo's place, right?
Okay. It's breakfast time.
And for reasons I cannot even begin to explain,
Yeah.
he has dubbed this breakfast boom Bob Appetite.
This is amazing.
And of course the soundtrack, it's AC/DC.
This is too good.
I know, right?
You know, this little detail, this breakfast boom thing, this tells me even more than his love for Anxiety.
Really? Okay, what are we thinking?
Well, think about it. The guy has a theme and a soundtrack for his breakfast.
It's commitment.
Right. And a love of ritual, which, you know, we already saw that with the whole vinyl thing.
Totally.
He's creating these moments in his day, imbuing them with meaning and music, of course.
And probably blasting that AC/DC loud enough to wake the neighbors. Which, honestly, very on brand for Gonzo.
I love it. And it's great. It's not just AC/DC, right? We've got Aerosmith. There's that Huck 2 band. There's a definite classic rock vibe emerging here, wouldn't you say?
For sure. Oh, 100%. But this is where things get even more interesting.
Okay, fair.
Remember how we were talking about the psychology of musical taste?
Yes.
So, I'm not trying to psychoanalyze Roger Gonzo here, but
Uh-oh, here we go.
maybe just a little. I mean, come on. The research, it makes you wonder if Gonzo's love for that classic rock sound tells us anything else about him.
You're right. It's just, you know, it's always dangerous territory. This whole making generalizations about entire groups of people based solely on what music they like.
I knew there was a but.
Well, studies have shown that people who are really into classic rock, it often goes hand in hand with certain personality traits.
Like what?
Nostalgia is a big one.
Nostalgia. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Thinking about Gonzo's Vinyl Blast and his themed breakfasts, it's like he's creating these little time capsules of experience.
Exactly. It's about more than just the music itself. It's about the memories and emotions those sounds evoke. It's about connecting with a specific time and place, whether it's a real memory or an idealized version of the past.
And maybe that's part of what drew him to anxiety in the first place, right?
Sure.
This song that, according to Gonzo, makes you feel everything so intensely. It's like he's looking for those emotional touchstones, those moments that transport him.
It's a fascinating thought, isn't it? And it speaks to the power of music to act as a bridge to our past selves, to our memories. But there's something else about Gonzo's blog that I find particularly interesting.
What's that?
It's the sheer randomness of it all. We've got time travel, vinyl reviews, breakfast soundtracks, and this deep dive into a song called Anxiety, all delivered with this chaotic stream of consciousness energy.
You're right, it's all over the place, especially that